Okay, so it's summer. Update on like current situations. I got accepted to the UCLA AAP graduate summer mentorship program. We're just gonna basically learn how to write your personal statements, anything that you have to write for the graduate applications, you're gonna learn there. And to keep my time occupied for the rest of the week is I'm studying for the math subject GRE. Hello. I actually had to stop studying for a while because I got my wisdom tooth extracted, like all four of them. It's hard to study when you're drugged out from painkillers. But yeah, so I pretty much finished the pre-calculus and the calculus 1 section, and I'm stopping there instead of moving on because I tried studying. It's very hard to study if you have an empty stomach. So it's been about more than a month since the last time I recorded, adjusting to the summer job that I have, doing the graduate prep course, and also studying the GRE. For the summer prep program that finished yesterday, for the GRE math, I'm actually pretty close to finishing that book. I had to postpone it, like I would have been done by now by my schedule, but then I had to postpone some of the days because of my wisdom teeth. So I am just two topics away from finishing. I just have to do real analysis and complex analysis, and then I'll be done with that. And then I also piled up a bunch of practice exams, practice problems for me to do. Okay, so I finished the book that I was using to study. I'm in no way prepared. I still had to write like a cheat sheet, kind of like a formula sheet. And also, I'm planning to do just like at least 10 practice problems a day. And so that's the point where I'm at in terms of studying for this subject test. Okay, so I currently finished 4 practice tests already. So I finished those 4 tests today, and I actually did fairly well on the most recent one. Uh, so I'm kind of feeling better now as opposed to like the first test that I took. But I think I have like 3 more practice exams to do. But I do want to save one of them for at least a full length, like the entire 3 hours, just to see how I'll feel afterwards. Because just doing 22 a day is already really exhausting for me. Right now, so the test is in about 3 weeks. So I have 3 weeks to study, and I'm feeling kind of good. I decided to do a whole test in one sitting just to see how I am with the whole 170 minutes. And I ended up finishing with about 6 minutes left. Really kind of did poorly, if I'm being honest. Like the last probably 12 questions, I got all wrong when I graded it. Pretty much like there's a point, probably around like the 40th question, where everything started kind of being iffy. I was guessing a lot and I was getting questions wrong. So I think moving forward, really work on the holes that I have because with 5 tests, like full length tests done, I pretty much know what topics that I'm weak on and what I'm strong in. So it's September 2nd, and I just wanted this short clip in there to say that I'm scared. That's it. That's all I had to say. Like, I'm scared. So we're just gonna keep studying. My plan is to study for pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and then taking Friday as a day off because I don't think you should study the day before an exam. I think you should take that time to relax and to get your brain up in like 100% recovery. As for other updates, though, about the applications, since it's September, the applications actually opened for some of them. I don't have all the applications opened yet because they're not open yet. But I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna try and finish all the applications on my end by the end of October, start of November, so I can give the letter of rec writers ample time. And I'm pretty much gonna start actually worrying about applications after I take this exam. Also, fun fact, I've done 500 questions just to study for this exam. Okay, so the test is tomorrow, and I I don't know. So here we are, about 12 hours away from when I take the test, and I just want to say that whatever happens, happens, and that's it. Okay, so I took the test today, and after taking a nap, after resting, after doing all that, I'm finally able to actually be coherent and talk. So my experience of it is that it was bad, and I don't really have a very concrete advice for anybody that's watching this for advice. It's really just like, well, do you know your stuff? Because that's it. Like for the questions, it's pretty much either you know how to do it or you don't. And I think the main advice that I could probably give with that is that if you don't know the question, just take a guess and then move on. Because I think that was the big thing that cost me a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress during the test, was because I looked at the question and it was kind of like, I know how to do this, but not really. And I didn't accept that fact. And so what ended up happening is I sat there for 10 minutes on one question, and I wasted all that time. And so if I had just like accepted the fact that I did not know that answer, or I did not know how to do it properly within the time limit, I could have just guessed on it like I already did at the end and saved myself 8 more minutes, because by the end of the test, not really, like near the end, I had 10 questions left and the proctor said 30 minutes left. And so I was like, I don't have time to read through 10 questions and do it in 30 minutes. I mean, theoretically, you could do it, but I was like, I need to look back through this test and like check that I actually answered everything that I knew how to answer properly. And so what I ended up doing was pretty much rushing through the last 10 and guessing on all the ones that I did not know how to do. So the advice that I really have is, if you don't know the question, just guess and move on. That's really it. Because it actually bothered me because there was one question that I knew how to do, but I did not have enough time because I was like, I wasted that time in the beginning. And it actually really bothered me that I didn't get to answer it. It's bothering me now. But just like with every test, now that it's over, then I should actually move on. So it takes about 5 weeks for the scores to come out. They'll email me when they come out and are available. And so that's when I'll find out. But I think this is the last clip of this video. So I will see you guys in the next one when I start actually doing real applications. So